Hi, and welcome to Designing with Casual Elegance. Today's show is all about decorating for fall. So you can see we've got a beautiful array, a good selection of fall decor that we are going to fill up this set with. And so I have a special guest today. I am your host and designer, Susan Sage, and this is Sharon Hart from Avenue Design. And tell us a little bit about yourself and your background.
Well, I work at Avenue Design, downtown Rogers. I've been there about 5 years. I'm a native Kansan. I grew up in Kansas City, but we moved to Bentonville area about 13 years ago. So I've kind of been in the business of making, displaying, designing, painting for about 40 years.
Yeah, because you did own a store or a couple of stores.
We had a store in Oak Park Mall in Kansas City and 3 stores in Topeka and 1 in Lawrence. So yes, we did about 16 years.
So you've got a lot of background in this.
Yes,
Okay.
it's a fun business.
It is. It is a great business. The other thing I want to talk about before we move on, we now have new wallpaper, and it is called Fretwork. It is by Tebow, which is also sold by Avenue Design. And if you watch the entire show and you watch credits at the end, you will see that Avenue Design is one of our sponsors. So with that said, we can move on, and Sharon's going to start on this end and filling in space.
We're going to kind of go chair to fireplace to shelving. So first off, we've got great throws, and you can use them on the back of your chairs and make it look comfy. We've also got some great pillows.
I love
fur.
this pillow. Is this the only color it comes in?
At this time that we have right now, but we can always order for you.
Yeah, I love the texture.
It's great. The
changes
fur.
Yeah.
I love that. You can use it in your 2-side chairs, or you can use it to accent like a basket.
Inside.
Yeah. Got this basket.
All right.
Yeah,
Stick that
just
in
kind
there.
of plop it in there. You also could put your throw, if you want to keep it handy, in the basket. That always looks great.
You know what else I love about the texture? As we go into this time of year, you'll start seeing a lot more texture, and when it cools down, then we'll be wearing the heavy sweaters and all of that fun stuff. So I love to see it in home decor.
It's great. It's great. I mean, you could do prints, you could do solids. We have lots of velvets, so that's always a great look. And we've gotten a lot of new accessories, florals in the store. And one of the florals that we got in is this wreath.
I love it.
It's like
This is
kind of
Halloween.
furry. Yeah, very Halloween-y.
Love it, love it.
It's also great to accessorize with.
This
Thank you.
a little way.
Some candlesticks. And these are a couple that I brought from the store. These are Mackenzie Childs candles.
Oh, nice.
They come in lots of different colors,
Cool.
lots of different designs. So that's a fun look.
Well, of course, brass is really big now.
Very.
So seeing these beautiful shaped brass candlesticks, I love instead of the big, chunky, but that is a specific look.
Yes, yes.
As is
yes.
this.
Yeah, these are really pretty. You can accent with some pumpkins, and you can put them kind of in various shapes. Okay, so we can add the velvet pumpkins and kind of accessorize with the velvet pumpkins. You also can use smaller size if you would like to do that. They look great. I also brought in topiaries.
And I love
topiaries
those.
are a big thing.
Yeah.
And we can always accessorize your shelf by topiaries. There's various sizes and shapes.
Very cool. And you know what I love about topiaries or that bright green is how much life it brings into a room.
I know.
Plants,
really
I don't
pretty.
care if they're fake plants. It's
That's
nice to have real if you can do that, but
if you have to water them.
yes.
Yeah. And don't feel like you have to buy 2 of anything that's the same size or shape. You can vary them. And I also like to vary how I set them about.
Yes.
And that makes a big difference too.
Well, it does. Instead of lining them up like little soldiers.
Yes. Yes. There's a little box of
I want to turn it upside down.
the velvet pumpkins.
Yeah.
And you can put them in your dough bowl. And again, it's kind of how you place them. And I like to nestle them. And, oh, this is a fun one.
That's a very fun one.
It's
that
fun.
one might have to go home with me.
Yeah, they're cute. They're cute.
I know if my husband watches this and he sees one, he'll go, oh, I know where that came from.
I know.
Animal prints are always good. Just that little extra touch.
A little extra.
Personal.
They're kind of rolly. And this, if you can put it on your shelf, that brings more color.
Yeah.
More color. Also, if you need height, you can always do a set of books.
Make us look smart.
Mm-hmm. And you can accessorize like this. You don't have to group them together. You don't have to group them together. So it just needs a little touch. You don't have to have it, full, chock full, but just a little touch.
Yes, I know so many people have collectibles and they just line them up. Let's
Yes.
have up, down.
Yes.
Create some interest.
If you have a photograph of your children in a Halloween costume or at Halloween, wouldn't that be cute sitting here?
Oh, very cute.
Mm-hmm.
Great idea.
So, and family photos like that, especially as years go by and you see from toddlers to teenagers.
Yeah,
so
or
that's cute.
to when they don't want to dress up anymore.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah,
I was about 14 before I stopped.
Yeah.
It was fun. I like that candy. So,
well, we have an advantage because we're small. We probably could get away with it longer.
This is true. We probably could. But and then like on the wreath on the fireplace, you can always add ribbon to it, and we'll do that.
Okay.
And you can do black, any kind of plaid. I brought ribbon with me. Gold. I mean, if you want to add some stems of some silks up there, even stems of silks just on the fireplace mantle. Don't feel like you have to have, it to be balanced. It can be opposite. It doesn't have to be.
I love asymmetrical. I am a little unbalanced, but that's...
Yeah, I know. I brought a couple
I think creative people are.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and again, we just got these in yesterday. I think these are fun.
Love
I know
stems.
It looks like a dead leaf, but it really isn't. It really isn't. It's cool.
But I love that this is not the color you see everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
This is such more sophisticated, much prettier.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to see what you're going to do with it.
Well, I just think if you add it on your mantle, and then I've got some berries, even though they're a little brighter color.
But that's good since we have some bright colors over here, and of course this fabulous canvas.
And it doesn't have to be a whole lot. It doesn't have to be a whole lot. We also have different texture of these pumpkins that are fun too. You can add these in. Put one down here on the lower shelf. Something different.
Yeah.
Something different. And then we have these wild and I brought this home, and my husband said, "What the heck?" I said, "Don't you just love it?" He said, "It's black." I said, "It's a pumpkin." "No, it's not." I said, "Yes, it is. It's cool."
It's just kind of a funky pumpkin.
Yeah, you can tuck it up here if you want to change kind of the look. It's going to bring out that color. Sometimes if you use a little tape, it helps, and then tell people not to touch it.
Yeah. In other words, dust around it.
Yeah, dust around it.
And you know what I love about what you did with the leaves and the berries? It's not a big fluffy garland.
And it doesn't
You
have
know,
to be.
It's
It
very
doesn't have to be.
simple.
It's just a touch.
Yeah.
Just a touch. It's all you really need. A lot of times with the pillows in particular, it, you don't have to do a lot. If you just add a pillow with some texture, with some color, a stripe, a plaid, a velvet, it just kind of makes room. It's the same thing with florals. I brought this pot in today from my kitchen table, and my husband said, "Where's the floral on the table? What happened to it?" I said, "I put it in the car so I can take it to the show."
To the show.
So, yeah.
Well, it's beautiful. You do beautiful florals.
Well, thank you. We have a lot of great florals to work with, and we've gotten in a lot.
There are some beautiful stems in your store, and I find not only are they different from a lot of other places, but you have such a gorgeous variety. I mean, it's like you put a lot of, like you looked at and felt each one, and we're not just looking for plastic or, I mean, stems are made of so many different things anymore.
Yeah, they're really, really pretty.
Yeah.
Yesterday we got in some velvet leaves that were sort of an orange color. Oh, they were so pretty. And they're
leaves?
pretty good sized leaves. And a lot of the flowers, stems of flowers, the greenery, it's all about the leaf. If you have a good, realistic looking leaf, it kind of makes a stem.
I never thought about that. But then I've concentrated more on the design end, not on the floral end. That is, it just I never got it.
Yeah,
I mean, it's pretty simple.
I love it. I wish I didn't so much, but I really do love it. But you don't have to spend a lot of money, and you can always add to what you've got. When I did this arrangement originally, I put the eucalyptus in, and then I added the fern. And months later, I added the apples because I thought it needed some red touch. And, it just kind of goes from there. So you can kind of start with the basic and add to it. I also like to use a container that has a smaller mouth. Now, that mouth is pretty good size.
Yeah.
Because the bigger the mouth, the more you have to put in it. And most of our stems have really nice length. So that is a good asset to a stem, is to have some length to it. You don't want those little short stubbies. But.
Well, no, they'd be off balance. I mean, it almost get top heavy.
They do.
If you've got a really short stem. So you got to be careful about that. Oh, good. Interesting.
So, containers make a difference, and you don't have to use a vase. You can use a pot that's got a bigger mouth or a more realistic looking if you want to do that, but you don't have to use a container. Be kind of think out of the box with it.
Yeah, well, just like here you used a dough bowl, and this could be full of pumpkins or orbs or whatever you want, or you could do a floral in that.
You can.
And I think you're going to show us something like that.
Yes.
Later.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
So is our mantle done?
Pretty much, unless you want to change something, do something different.
Do we want to put that picture up?
We can.
Yeah.
This is that cute one that you brought from your house.
Oh, yes. Great. That's all about, it's rustic.
It is.
It'll be good
that's
showing
great.
off our pumpkin. And actually the Halloween, I'm going to call it Halloween pumpkin.
Yeah, I think they're cute.
They really, wreath, I mean. I've got pumpkin on the brain.
I know.
I'm waiting for pumpkin spice latte to come out.
Yes. Well, those are great wreaths. Great wreaths. But it's, it's fun to decorate for the holidays.
Yeah.
It is. But you don't have to have your shelves loaded down. You can have it, more simplistic.
Yeah. Well, I agree. Who wants to store all that stuff, first of all? Who wants to dust it? I mean, throw it all in the tub and hose it off, or take it outside and hose it off, and throw it on the garage floor.
That's right. That's right.
Let it dry.
I had a customer just recently that she bought a big leaf. It was a big silver leaf, and I used a couple pieces of foam in it, and I said, okay, so when you're ready to have this floral out of this silver leaf, you can just pick the foam up and put it away. You can bring the leaf back in, and we can do something new and different for it.
Nice.
So
You know, that's great because maybe you want to use it for serving.
That's
if you're
right.
having a party.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a multi-use. That's great. So you don't have to attach the foam
I did
to the
not.
container.
I did not. I told her, now, it probably is best if you're maybe going to move it around a lot, but she had a really big table, and she wanted something that was going to be easy to transport, and it was. And, you know, I just hooked those two pieces of foam together and did the floral, and you could pick it up and move it if you wanted to. Yeah.
That's great. Well, I think we're going to take a little break, and when we come back, you're going to show us some of these ideas doing florals.
All right, sounds good.
Good.
Thanks. Okay.
Yep.
Is there a commercial?
There it is during the break. Hi, and welcome back to Designing with Casual Elegance. And now Sharon, my guest, is going to do some florals. And I'll tell you what, I love these stems that they have. It makes me want to replace everything that I have that might be 10 years old. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to let Sharon talk about these items that she has and see what she's going to do.
I brought a couple of different, not containers, but items that you can actually put a floral in. These are like leaf shapes, and they're fun. They have basically a flat bottom, so they're going to be easy to work with, and they'll sit pretty much anywhere. And you can use them for actual display, like in shelving. If you just need a little backdrop, which is kind of what these are. They come in like 4 different sizes. I brought 3. Those are fun. But I'm going to do a little floral on this one.
Okay.
I'm going to use just a piece of foam. Normally, I would glue it down so it doesn't hop off. And normally I would put some moss down, but I'm not going to do that today because it's kind of messy. So I kind of start with the basics, and it's like a filler. So I'm just going to clip some of these stems. And I'm just going to start by doing the basics and poking them in. If you have the moss, you're not going to see that green. And it kind of depends on how big and where you're going to put it.
Yes.
You don't have to use big pieces.
Well, you are right. Moss makes a huge mess.
It does.
And it crumples up so small, and then it sticks.
And it's dirty.
Yeah.
I didn't think you'd want the mess in the studio.
It's just extra cleanup for me. That's okay. Good cleaning.
Yeah. These are great leaves, too. I just kind of clipped them. And just add. And you really aren't going to even see the base of this. If I did it on this bigger leaf, and I'll show you this. You do it on the bigger one, you still see the outside edges.
So on the smaller one, you're not really going to see what we're using as a container.
Right. Okay, so these pumpkins are sold in this little pack, and they're fun. Actually, these are styrofoam. And I just poke the little wire in there.
Okay, and that's just floral wire.
It is.
That's wrapped.
It is.
Okay. Cool.
And just put that little pumpkin in. And you don't really have to glue this down, but for the show, I thought that would be better.
Well, yeah, we don't want anything tipping over. Now, they've got some great shapes in these nice little pumpkins.
I know. I think they're really cute. Then I'm going to add some of these little berries.
Love those berries. Of course, yellow and red-orange reds are one of my favorite colors. And they're a good size.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times you'll see those itty-bitty berries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to kind of watch your berries. Some of the berries have, well, there's styrofoam underneath.
Oh.
So you have to watch so you don't, like, put them out in the freezing weather.
Well,
because they will pop.
Yeah. And then you have to take little red acrylic paint and touch them up.
I know.
How many times have I done that Christmas decorating?
No.
Yeah.
These are on loan from my husband.
Okay.
He keeps
They
buying
look like
them,
really
and they
nice
keep
ones.
disappearing. Yeah,
Oh,
I
gee, I
know.
wonder where.
I know.
That's why my husband got me my own toolbox.
Actually, my husband said last night, "Do you need your own toolbox?"
Yes.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Of course I do.
Yeah.
Well, actually, he did it not only for me, but his ulterior motive was to keep me out of his toolbox.
Now, if you have the moss, you're not going to see your green foam, but this is shaping up. And
if you looking really good.
Yeah, if you want to.
Oh, I love that.
I know. I think these are pretty. And you're going to add a little bit to it.
Again, going back to texture.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you've got this is kind of smooth. The berries are smooth, but I love that little feathery spider mum, I guess it is.
It is. It is. You know, and I do save these stems because you never know. You might need to make a topiary tree with a pumpkin. And this is kind of cute. If you, I don't know if I can, yeah, I guess I can. You can.
Oh my.
I know. And then you wrap the stem with grapevine and put it down in a pot. You can make it shorter, longer, but those are fun. Those
That's
are fun.
very fun.
And then decorate your little pot. In fact, you could even do it in this. I would cut it off a little bit, but
yeah,
it's fun. But the mums are great. Finish this one.
Yeah.
And there you go. Kind of fun.
Love it.
Yeah, something different.
So, well, and it's kind of, I'm going to call it an all-around because it looks good from all sides.
It does. Yeah.
Put it on a little side table or incorporate it into a centerpiece or a tablescape.
I'm going to add one little more stem to it on this side. That moss or that foam kind of shows. And you don't have to use as much as I have. You can clip it down.
Yeah, but it looks good.
Yeah, it's fun. Pumpkins. It's the season.
It's the season. You are right. Okay.
Okay, so
we've got one.
Yeah. Then I also brought these brooms. They're sold in a set of 2. You don't have to use them together. You could just tie a simple bow. You could add maybe some florals if you wanted to.
This is very fun.
Yeah. Or even another piece of the greens like that.
Yeah.
And I won't cut these, but I'll show you what you could do with the broom.
You know what I do like about these, because they're flat, if you have a storm door, you could create it to be, instead of a wreath, put it on your door. And of course, I can't have wreaths because birds like them, but
it's a
many
home.
of us know that.
It's a home for them. Yeah, it's a home for them.
I didn't want to share. But I love this because I do have a storm door, but I still want something on my door to welcome people in.
Well, it's a pretty simple piece.
Some of them are tough.
Really tough.
I know. I had to invest in a really strong.
I have some, but they're so big, I can't use them. They're just too much for my hand. I'm going to let you hold that.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to tie this on. Okay.
All right.
And it's all in the twist.
Is that okay?
It's all in the twist.
I always felt my fingers weren't long enough to make really pretty bows. You know, you have to try and hold it and twist and.
I've made a lot of them.
Well, and I think that's what it takes to become really good at it.
Mm-hmm. And I'm just going to tie this on. This has got, now I'm good. It's got the wire in it, so it hangs nice.
Nice dovetail.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And uh-oh, wrong way.
That's okay. There you go.
Yeah.
I've done that many times too. And sit there and look.
I know.
This
Oh
way,
gosh,
that way.
it's crooked.
And if that fails, then just do an angle. And be done with it.
Yeah, ribbon. That makes all the difference.
It really does. You know, as I was putting up some of my fall stuff, I did just some vine, and I thought it really needs a ribbon. Very cool.
Yeah, and you could put them opposite each other for a table decor. And you could put that. Let's take this. And you get it, especially if you have enough space, or if you use it as a table decor, you could put your pumpkin right there and add a couple more to this side. And this, if you attach them together, you can use it actually on a dining table. Sure. And then you can seat people and be able to talk over.
You know, that is a great point, because how often when you're having people over for dinner, somebody's got one of these big florals. It's like, do you talk under it? Certainly can't talk over it.
That's right.
So I love having something nice and low, and that you don't have to move from the table.
That's right.
You know, with something like this, you still have plenty of space around for your plates and.
You don't want to have to move it, yet you want to have it looking nice for your company.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Yeah, and a lot of people these days will set their tables with, you know, placemats and their whole table settings and leave it like that. So it's nice not to be able to have to move it all the time. But yeah. So let me do the last wreath, the black wreath on the wall, and I'm using. Now, I could use 2 different ribbons, or I could use 3 or the same one. But because the wallpaper is the green and white, I think just the gold and white is the best.
Okay. Oh, that'll show up nice.
It's all about the twist.
I see that. I thought the twist was a dance.
Kind of.
It's showing my age now.
No. I loved the twist.
Oh, I did too. Well, we go out dancing usually a couple times a month, and, you know, they will play.
In Bella Vista?
No, in Rogers and Hiawassee.
Oh, my gosh.
It's great fun. Good for you.
Good for you. This is just fun ribbon.
It is. It looks like it has nice wire, so you can
good wire
it and turn it. And
one of the girls at the store said that she always sprays ribbon with like a polyurethane when she's using it outdoors. It keeps its shape, and it also holds the color. Now, I've not ever done that, but yeah.
Huh.
I'll just change my ribbon.
Well, yeah, any excuse to buy more.
I kind of have a closet full.
Yeah.
Full of ribbon and full of napkins.
I love napkins.
I know. Another thing that one of the girls at work said that she uses pipe cleaners to tie, which works. These are stiffer.
Yeah, I noticed that that's a pretty heavy gauge.
Yeah, it is.
We use pipe cleaners a lot when doing garlands up a railing or attaching
because they're soft and they don't mar the finish.
Okay, we're almost done. Well, that's going to look beautiful on our nice black wreath. Make it stand up.
Yeah.
Other way. There you go.
Thank you. And
Perfect.
then just pull it apart. It's all in a twist, and then you go opposite ways.
Okay, and then where on the wreath does it go?
Probably
can't reach it.
Does this mean because we're short?
Yes.
I think I would probably put it to the left side, kind of in the
so kind of
like at 10 o'clock.
Oh, yes, I won't get it up there.
Yeah.
Well, you can get an idea.
Yeah. Pretty.
Okay.
Pretty.
Well, I want to thank you for coming in today and sharing all of this with us.
It was fun.
And
it was
thank
fun.
you for watching. We will see you again next month with something, maybe Oktoberfest.